Hello everyone, I am Anshul, your CAIIB mentor. Welcome to Oliveboard. So, today we are going to discuss the BRBL topic wise syllabus breakdown. If you are preparing for your CIB exam in the December 2025 exam cycle, then first before you start, you should know in detail about the syllabus. Your banking regulations and business laws. This is a completely new paper for you. These laws, the acts which are covered in this paper, you have not heard or you've not studied about them in your JIB preparation. So before you start, you should know what the paper asks of you, what all is there in the syllabus. So that is what we are going to discuss today. So this is something that you should definitely know before you start. If you know all the topics, how the syllabus is divided, then you'll be better prepared and you will be able to strategize your preparation for the next few months. So let us start. When we talk about the BRBL paper, there are in total 34 units. 34 units are there, and these units are divided into four modules. First is module A, regulations and compliance. So in the module A, you have 7 units. 7 units which are mostly covered under the Banking Regulation Act and the RBI Act. So two important acts are there in module A. So here in this module A, you'll be studying about the legal framework of regulation of banks, control over the regulation of banks, how RBI exercises its control, does the central government have any powers, regulation of banking business. Then you will also be studying about the non-banking financial companies, cooperative banks, private sector banks, RRBs, and so on. All right, so module A basically covers two acts, the Banking Regulation Act of 1949 and the RBI Act. Then you have module B. Module B, which is important acts or laws and legal aspects of banking operations. So here again, you have 7 units, right? But here the acts are there, like the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, Negotiable Instruments Act, Foreign Exchange Management Act, Payment and Settlement Systems Act. These acts are there, and then you have the different types of securities and modes of charge, like mortgage, assignment, set off, how the charge is created, its registration and satisfaction. These things are covered in your module B. Then you have module C, which is the part B. Other laws related to banking operations are given in module C. So the RBI Integrated Ombudsman Scheme, MSMED Act, SARFAESI Act is covered here, the Recovery of Debts and Bankruptcy Act, IBC Code, Bankers Books Evidence Act. These acts are there, and these module C contains unit 15 to unit 24. Now, the SARFAESI Act is divided into many subparts. Similarly, your Recovery of Debts and Bankruptcy Act is also divided into various parts. So you will see many chapters here in the module C. Still, you will see around 6 acts are there in the module C. Then finally, we have module D, which is commercial and other laws with reference to banking operations. So what are the commercial laws? The Indian Contract Act is there, Sales of Goods Act is there, Companies Act, Partnership, Limited Liability Partnership Act, Transfer of Property Act, the Right to Information. So the remaining 9 units are given here in your module D. So this is how your whole syllabus of the BRBL paper is divided. Now you know all of these acts, all of these laws are completely new for us. This whole paper is completely new for us. Nothing that we have already seen in the JIB preparation. So you need to have a well justified approach towards it. All right. If we discuss about the priority, then the highest weightage which is given, it is given to module C and module D. In your BRBL paper, you won't find exactly direct MCQs. You will find multiple selection type questions, case study type questions. So the weightage of case studies is also maximum from module D. Then module C. So most important from the exam point of view is module C and module D. Then we have module B, and finally we have module A. So when you're preparing, keep this in mind that this is the weightage. But in this paper, you cannot qualify it just by studying any two modules. No, you have to prepare all the acts, all the modules, and all the units, because we don't know. The institute might change the weightage, they can increase the questions asked from module A. That is why you have to study all the four modules. Now, like I said, there are different acts into which the syllabus is divided. The Banking Regulation Act, which talks about the definition of banking, the permitted business, prohibited business, paid up share capital, authorized share capital of the different types of banks. Then RBI Act, the composition of the board, how RBI regulates the banking business, the requirement of CRR, SLR, then amalgamation scheme. All right, then NBFCs are there, the financial regulators are there. Apart from it, the different types, cooperative banks are RBs. So these two acts are there in module A. Then Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Now you do not need to study the whole act. All you need to study is how the act applies to the banks. So if there is any case of money laundering, how is the bank going to identify it? So transactions above a certain limit, they need to be reported to the authorized officer. All right, so what are the limits? Then if it is not reported, then what is the penalty? What are the penalty for the offenses? These are covered in your PMLA. Then Negotiable Instruments Act, the checks, bills of discount, the different negotiable instruments which are covered, offered by the banks. So if there's a check dishonor, how it is to be treated, what protection is provided to the bank if they're clearing the check in due diligence without any negligence, then protection is given. Then Foreign Exchange Management Act, all the transactions in the foreign exchange are to be done through authorized dealers. What is the qualification of the authorized dealers? Again, what will be the offenses if any foreign exchange dealing is done beyond a certain limit? Offenses, penalties. Payments and Settlement Systems Act, all the payment systems for operating, they need to have registration and prior approval from RBI. What is required there? Their authorized capital, share capital, the requirements. If they want to make any change, again, they have to apply with the RBI. These things are there. Then these are given in your module B. All right. Then Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development Act. Definition of the micro, small and medium enterprises. Apart from it, SURFACE Act is very important. Now the banks, to recover their dues on the non-performing assets, they can directly initiate the proceedings of the SURFACE Act without getting a decree from the court. So how do they do that? This is given in the SURFACE Act. Recovery of Debts and Bankruptcy Act is there. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, to deal with when a corporate customer, let's say, goes insolvent or bankrupt. Then the Bankers Books Evidence Act, whenever any document is to be presented as a proof in a court hearing, then do we require only original documents or certified copies? If yes, then what are the requirements in the certified copies? What should be given in the certificate? Who should sign the certified copies? That is there in the Bankers Books Evidence Act. The Legal Services Authorities Act, under which the Lok Adalats are established. So the cases which will be dealt by the Lok Adalat, the nature of the award passed by the Lok Adalat, the levels at which the Lok Adalat will be established. These things are there in your module B. Then the Consumer Protection Act, we have the Consumer Protection Authority at the national level, then councils and dispute redressal commissions at the national, state, and district levels. That is what you need to study, the jurisdiction of each of the commission. Limitation Act, whenever the bank wants to file or take action under the SURFACE Act, there's a time period. What is the limitation? So the Limitation Act tells us the period, the time period beyond which you cannot take any action, right? Then tax laws are there. Direct taxes, indirect taxes are covered. The residential status, this is something that you have studied in your JIB, but a more refined manner is given in the unit. Then we have, these are there in module C. Then we have module D, the Indian Contract Act. Different types of contracts. What are the requirements? How will a promise or an agreement become a contract? When will the contract be void or voidable? What are the requirements of a legal contract? The Sales of Goods Act. What are the rights of the unpaid seller? Then there are implied conditions, there are warranties. What are the rights of the buyer under these conditions and warranties? The Partnership Act 1932, the different types of partnerships that are there, the meaning of partnership, the role of the partners, mutual agency, responsibility towards each other and the firm. The Companies Act, which is a separate legal entity. Now, how will the companies work? Their registration, incorporation, the minimum number of directors required, whole-time directors, part-time directors, retirement, appointment of directors, Limited Liability Partnership Act of the LLP, then Transfer of Property Act, right to information if I want to seek any information from public authorities. What rights are there with the customers, the consumers, within what time period the public information officer should provide the information. If there is any misrepresentation, then what penalties are there to cover that. Information Technology Act and the Prevention of Corruption Act of 1988. So these are there in your module D. So when you are studying, please remember that you have to study these 12 acts and then these 12. 24 acts you need to cover in your BRBL paper. All right, so this is completely new. Banking regulations and business laws. So you need to have a different approach. Completely theoretical paper. No numericals are there in your BRBL paper. But case studies and scenario type questions. You'll be given a very lengthy case study. You have to make out what are the judgments here. This and this is the situation. Then what should be the rights available, for example, with the unpaid seller? Can the unpaid seller create a lien of over the goods or not? These are the types of questions that are asked in your BRBL paper. So definitely the paper is very demanding. You will see direct MCQs with 4 options. Case study based questions weightage is more. Statement type questions are there and multiple selection type questions are there. Please keep in mind, no numerical. No numerical. So the pattern is same. You have 100 questions, 100 marks that you need to have or solve the paper in 2 hours. All right. So the whole CAIIB exam is comparatively more demanding and tough as compared to your JIB exam, because here you cannot just remember everything and qualify it. You need to have in-depth knowledge of all the concepts, and particularly for your BRBL paper, conceptual knowledge is very important. If you just practice questions in the last few 7 days and then you expect that you will qualify the exam, you can, but it will be purely luck based. So what you need to do, you need to start today, you need to start early, right? What should be your strategy? You should not waste time locating study material. Now definitely the Macmillan book, nothing will come out of it, everything will be from the Macmillan book itself. But again, the book is very lengthy. In the very end you will see around 100 pages which are dedicated towards the different sections that are there in the 24 acts that we need to study, right? So you need to know what are the important things, concise, crisp, exam specific notes. Then you should avoid low quality aid and material. Do not go for any mock test. Do not just waste your time practicing the simple questions, because BRBL paper is not simple. You will see such complicated, high difficulty questions. So avoid low quality material. And finally, you should decide how you are going to devote your time. Early mornings, late evenings. At least you need to devote 1 hour each for all your four papers. There are five papers. You also have to study for the elective, but elective paper you can still study afterwards. But in this preparation for the other four papers, you'll be requiring 1 hour. So early morning you can devote time, late evening you can devote time. And utilize your weekends. Utilize your weekends to cover whatever that has left, or study the difficult topics. I will tell you about the difficult topics as well. We will discuss that in another session. All right, so this is how you need to approach. So, simply what you can do now that you know what all is there in your BRBL syllabus, how you need to study, the acts that you need to study. If you have a background, then it is fine. Otherwise, this will be a completely new, and it will be tough to single-handedly go without any guidance. So, simply what you can do, you can join us in the CIB Foundation batch for the November-December 2025 cycle. So all your four papers will be covered here. I will be taking your BRBL paper. Saloni ma'am and Ashwarya ma'am will be taking your other papers, and this will be in complete English medium. Separate bilingual and English courses we have prepared for you, so that those who are comfortable in the English language, you do not face any problem. Now that you have qualified your JIB exam, you should definitely in this very cycle try to qualify the CAIB exam as well. So your mentors are here to guide you. In the foundation batch, the validity will be till your exam. So what all you are going to get? You will get live interactive classes. All the classes will be live. You won't get just recorded sessions. Recorded sessions will be there 24/7. If you are unable to attend any live class, then you can watch the recorded sections. But again, the live classes are there in the early morning between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. and late evening again between 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. All right. So you won't face any difficulty in attending the live classes. These will be in the non-banking hours. Then all the four papers will be covered. You will have unit-wise concept building, expert curated content, the PDF notes for your easy learning, quick revision, concise notes, the similar ones that we have used in our JIB preparation, crisp, short, only exam focused. You will also get mock tests. So 40 full length, 10 each for your four papers, then 40 case study based tests, because case studies are very important for your BRBL paper, 12 numerical based tests. Your learning medium will be in English. Both the explanation as well as the content that we will provide you will be in English. And course will be valid until your CIB December examination. So right now we are in May, we are starting the classes, and you have time till December. The exam dates are already out, your schedule is already out, your exams are starting in December. You have around 1 week time for the BRBL paper as well, but that will be for your revision. So right now you need to start and form a strong foundation for you that will be provided here. Or simply you can join the CIB Super Elite all in one plan. So in foundation you will get access to this plan. In the Super Elite plan you will get the crash and cracker batches as well. You will also get access to all the capsule batches, even your elective paper. So all the five elective papers are also covered in your super elite plan. So either you can go for foundation, or simply what I suggest, you should go for the super elite plan. So you'll get access to all the batches. What you can do, simply visit the Oliveboard channel and you can go through the courses which are available. There are very exciting offers as well. You can avail more than 50% discount also if you join. So visit the channel or the app, go through the courses, and then start now. Subscribe now, enroll for the classes, and we are starting on 25th of May. In this very month, we are starting with our preparation for the CIB exam. Your first class for all the papers will be on 25th of May. So do not forget to start now, because definitely CIB exam is tough. And now that you have qualified your JIB exam, and if you qualify this as well, then you'll be free. You can go for other professional courses with ease of mind. All right, so start preparing. Join us in the course. I will see you on in the first class on 25th of May. If you have any doubts, any queries, you can ask me. Put down your queries in the comment section. Like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel of Oliveboard JIB CIB English Medium. We, all your mentors, we will be bringing these important sessions for you every day. These general knowledge sessions, then your topic sessions as well. Also refer to the shorts for the small informations. So thank you so much. I will see you in the classes, and all the best.